What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Game of Thrones Season 7 video. So if you're new to the channel, a like and a subscribe is of course super appreciated. But Game of Thrones is back. You can check out my video for the first episode of Season 7 on my channel and the description below. But this is an awesome episode. It was a fantastic start to the season. Like I said in my review, it was not full of gruesome deaths apart from the phrase, but it was a very interesting episode to say the least. Now, a lot of people were touched on it in this episode. We had, obviously, the main players of the Game of Thrones, and we also saw our friend Samwell Tarly at the Maesters at the Citadel. Now, it was a very weird couple of scenes with him as we saw him cleaning the bedpans, feeding everyone, and albeit I really didn't like I said in my review as well, I really didn't like that scene where it was a montage of him cleaning crap and also feeding people and the like. But it does service the point that he is there and he is on his way to become a maester. However, it's going to be a long and arduous road because he has to pay his dues. Now, he is adamant and desperate to actually stop the White Walkers, and really that is why Jon Snow actually sent him there in the first place, to become a maester and find out how to actually stop these goddamn White Walkers, which is the whole point of him actually being there. And obviously he very easily manages to get into the restricted part of the Citadel, and I found that very convenient. Although I am glad we haven't had a whole episode of him trying to get into that restricted section, to be honest, because I thought that would be a bit naff and a bit boring of him having to try and do that. But all the same, he does get actually into that restricted section. Now, it's a really interesting book that he actually reads, and he learns that, well, Dragonstone, obviously, is completely full of dragon glass, and, well, that will be where the season will focus around, and it will be Jon Snow trying to possibly get Daenerys to mine Dragonstone and get all of that stuff as much as possible, because it is the only thing that actually managed to kill a White Walker. Now, what is really cool about this episode is we see someone that we thought was dead. Now, Jorah Mormont has been one of my favourite characters throughout all of these seasons. He's consistently friend-zoned by Daenerys, but he is still loyal to her to the absolute core, because, well, he loves her to bits. And we see him eventually contract Greyscale, and we keep thinking he's done, but he returns to his love Daenerys, and eventually we finally think he's probably dead, but he is returned. He has risen, kind of. He's in the cells of the Citadel, and as we see, of course, our friend Samwell Tarly actually feeding these people, replacing these meals, we see him grab at him, and, well, boy, what did I think that was really cool. Now, what I think is going to happen here is that while the books are being read by Samwell Tarly, we actually get to see what is going on. We get to see a glimpse of what Dragonglass can actually be used for, besides, destroying White Walkers. We see a nice little glimpse on the pages that, well, it is used for illnesses and the like. Now, that would make sense, considering that, well, if it kills White Walkers' abominations, well, I would assume that, or it would make sense that it could actually cure human beings, which is what it's actually getting at here. Now, of course, Greyscale is like leprosy. It's pretty much one and the same, and that this Greyscale can really hinder you as a person, if not kill you. And of course, well, we've had one other person on the show who actually had Greyscale, and that person was Shireen. Obviously, she's like totally burned now, orcs. But that was Stannis Baratheon's daughter, and he went the length and breadth of the world to try and cure her. But, he then burnt her alive. Yeah, sorry about that. But what happened here is, well, she was cured. That she wasn't fully cured, but she did not contract the full disease, or it was at least hindered. And now we can actually see that, well, it has some healing properties. And now I really, really do think that we will have Jorah Mormont cured by our friend Samwell Tarly. And I expect Samwell to return to that cell. They will discuss things, and, well, we've got an ally of Daenerys, we've got an ally of Jon Snow in the same area, and perhaps he will actually cure him and they will be on their way to Daenerys. That'd be really, really cool. I do think that he is actually going to be cured by Samwell Tarly here, once they actually get their hands on some Dragon Class, obviously, there. But let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think this will happen? Have you enjoyed Game of Thrones so far? Please do drop a like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.